What is up, YouTube? We're back on the tubes doing another video. Today we're going to be talking about growth hacking. What is growth hacking? Well, let's look at it explained in emojis, and then let's talk about this in plain English, because I feel like growth hacking is a really nebulous term that's misused, it's miscategorized, it's not used correctly, and it's become part of our daily lives. Whether we like it or not, growth hacking is everywhere. It's all over social media. It's used by our top influencers. It's used by politicians. It's used by athletes. And most importantly, it's used by brands that are trying to capture our attentions and eyeballs. So let's first talk a little bit about what is growth hacking. What is it? Growth hacking is a data-driven or scientific-based approach to testing a hypothesis. So in non-scientific terms, it means you come up with an idea that you think can catch some steam and go viral on the internet. It might be a meme with Jake Paul as a boxer before he started his boxing career. Or it might be an image of a cat that Tyler, the Creator, used to see how sticky it might be and how many people might actually click through it. It's kind of a means to an end. I don't think growth hacking is intended to launch, businesses forever or brands. It's something that should be launched as an experiment, and then if it actually works and it's successful, it turns into what we know as traditional marketing today, whether it's email campaigns or paid media or affiliate marketing or the marketing that we're all familiar with. So growth hacking is something that starts off as an experiment, and then it either dies or converts into traditional marketing. So let's look at Kanye West. Kanye West is obviously a growth hacker, but he's not really growth hacking anymore. Kanye West can literally draw a stick figure and put it on Twitter and have it go viral and have pretty much the entire news cycle go absolutely nuts and crazy about why this stick figure is significant. What was his hidden meaning behind it? Is he running for president again? Did he break up with Kim? It's fucking nuts what can be done with, the power of a stick figure when you're Kanye West. So I think what started as growth hacking in his world has now turned into traditional marketing. So that's kind of how I define it. All right, so let's get a little history lesson. When did growth hacking officially become mainstream? So it actually started in around 2004 with Gmail's feature. So what started as an April Fool's joke offering 1 gigabyte of free storage, this is 100 times more than any other mail service at the time, pretty much spread like wildfire. So, this to me is similar to when somebody is pulling a prank on YouTube or somebody's buying fake followers. They're doing it to light the initial spark of something, and then once it sort of catches fire, then it sort of takes over the internet from there. So it's crazy to see that even like the players like Google and Dropbox, they've been actually using a lot of growth hacking tactics for like the last 20 years. It's kind of wild. So when you think about growth hacking, it's rapid experimentation, it's lots of eyeballs, it's data driven, and it's something that can and should be iterated on very, very quickly. So those are some of the key concepts that exist when you're growth hacking. All right, so now the moment you've all been waiting for. Who are the top 10 growth hackers and or growth hacks that have existed in the last 20 years? All right, number 1, the growth hackers behind Tripadvisor. So this was a campaign that was completely genius. These guys essentially created a fake restaurant that they seeded on the internet. And they put fake reviews, and they created a landing page, and they created a menu. They even actually got physical space. I think it was like some dude's backyard to drive traffic to it. Now, the big surprise here is, of course, this restaurant did not actually exist. So the end result was it was the number 1 rated restaurant on Tripadvisor and some other blogs in London. It got 6.9 million impressions. And of course, I believe this was done in-house by Vice, and it was picked up by a lot of news channels. So pretty awesome one. Number 2, Little Michaela. Little Michaela is not real. She's a virtual avatar. She's done tens of millions of dollars in brand deals. I think she's probably working on an NFT or something at this point. She's done modeling shows. She's gotten brand deals from Prada, Calvin Klein. She was cooked up in a venture lab by some creatives in LA, and continues to spin around the internet globe with her persona and her Instagram page and her social following. So that is the number 2. And number 3, the Justin Bieber Burrito fake. This was a pretty awesome one. So this was a YouTube channel, Yes Theory. They found this guy who looked exactly like Justin Bieber, planted him in a park, put a burrito in his face, and presumably called the paparazzi. Now, if any one of you, if you guys are from LA or you've ever been to LA, or you're just familiar how TMZ or the paparazzi works, it's incredibly easy to get the paparazzi to come to you. Oftentimes, paparazzi actually get tipped off by some of these celebrities' friends or managers at restaurants to come and show up and take pictures, because it actually is good for everybody. I know celebrities pretend and act like they don't like it, but it helps them, with their footprint in social media or magazines or whatever. So this fake actor, got 26 million views. He got picked up on tons of news cycles. Everybody mistook him for Justin Bieber. It was complete crazy. And of course, a great growth hack. It shows the power of being able to fake somebody and impersonate. Number 4. So this was I think it's Quadica's channel. He turns a random Uber Lyft driver into a rapper in 24 hours. It's something that I've thought about so many times. Creating a brand, seeding the persona, getting him on Spotify playlists. Like most awesome growth hack. This guy got over 1 million views. I think he's probably a real rapper now. Sauce Kid Reese, I think is the name. Sauce Kid Reese and Uno the Activist, if you want to go on YouTube. Definitely a phenomenal growth hack. Number 5, Dollar Shave Club. So Dollar Shave Club is kind of the OG in skit, funny viral marketing for startups. So many people have copied them, but they put together an unbelievable video. They used humor as a skit to become globally recognized. They eventually had a multi-billion-dollar exit. The video had 27 million views on it, and it got them 12,000 customers in the first few hours. So, it just shows the power of viral marketing. Could they do this today in 2021? I don't know. This was done in 2012. So, it was a lot easier to make that kind of splash on the internet back then. The internet's a lot more competitive. 8 years later, 9 years later. So I don't know if it would work now. I don't know, but it's possible. It was a really funny video, and well made. That was our number 5. Moving on, number 6. Okay, we're bringing it back and doing a little throwback. This one's Torches of Freedom. This is known as the original influencer. Edward Bernays, this was an advertiser responsible for the campaign in the early 20th century. The objective with this campaign was actually to get women smoking more. And if you've seen Mad Men or old advertising, you know how ferocious smoking campaigns. I'm reminded by the first episode of Mad Men when Don Draper has to pitch Lucky Strike when I think it was the FCC started cracking down on tobacco ads, and there was a clear need to get much more creative because it was quite apparent that smoking was really harmful, and the advertisers were not going to be able to get away with claims they were making previously or that kind of stuff. So this was called Torches of Freedom. It was a phrase used to encourage women smoking by exploiting women's aspirations for a better life during the early 20th century first wave feminism in the United States. So they actually used feminism to get women smoking more cigarettes. Kind of wild. In 1923, women only purchased 5% of cigarettes sold. In 1929, that percentage increased to 12%. In 1935, it increased to 18.1%. And in 1965, at 33.3%, it remained at this level until 1977. So this was really right around the Mad Men era. They were able to get that many more women smoking cigarettes with this particular growth hack. Number 7, we are looking at Card Block. Card Block was a Chrome extension that would use to block anything Kim Kardashian related. This was done by a friend of mine, James Shamsi, who's a UK growth hacker who's been living in LA. And this basically would block your entire desktop or your browser from any news outlet mentioning Kim Kardashian. It would block it for a period of 24 hours. I don't have the exact reporting numbers, but apparently this was in the millions. Pretty crazy stuff. Number 8, dude with sign. All right, so dude with sign. This guy was manufactured in a startup studio with Fuck Jerry, the guy who you have seen create very funny memes. Dude with sign, it was a complete growth hack. He's got almost like 10 million followers. He blew up in like months. He's doing NFT collections. You know, I would say as a brand, he's probably worth millions. I can't even imagine like what this does to your like head and ego, you know, when you're basically like a freak show science experiment, you know, like literally like Frankenstein, like created as a joke, as a meme, and then you've just turned into this like massive brand. And the guy's name is Seth Phillips. So pretty absolutely hilarious. You know, this guy's become sort of the anti-hero influencer for just saying really honest stuff, or saying things that we all think but we don't want to say, whether it's too like, you know, we want to be more politically correct, or, you know, it's just, you know, like very, very honest signs that he makes. All right, the next one is Miles Fisher. This is also a friend of mine. Miles is a LA-based guy. He runs a startup. And he created this uncanny resemblance to Tom Cruise. So he used a lot of deepfake technology. He's done a couple of these videos. And then his most notable one was the Tom Cruise impersonation on a YouTube video where he was pretending to be Tom Cruise running for president. He's gotten, I think, hundreds of millions of views across all of his social media. Continues to do that stunt. It's completely hilarious. Definitely one of the good ones. So that one is number 9. And then number 10, Snoopify. Snoopify was a growth hack that was actually created by some folks on my team in collaboration with 99 Cent Brains, a company that we acquired. And this was really intended to be a sticker emoji app. This was when sticker emojis were like just becoming a thing, and you know, we didn't think it would go that viral. It was basically a way for, you know, Snoop Dogg smoking weed stickers to be created and generated and put on top of images. Fast forward to 2021, the app has had tens of millions of downloads. It's done a couple $1 million in in-app purchase sales. Hundreds of millions of pieces of user-generated content have been created. And this was really all from a couple of Instagram posts that Snoop made back in the day. So this was really the OG days of Instagram influencer growth hacking, as Snoop was one of the originals on Instagram. I think he might have been even the first celebrity on. So this was pre-Kardashians. He would just do one single post and it would go stupid viral. And of course he did that for Snoopify, and it just went gangbusters, and everybody went and drove and downloaded this app. So that's the number 10. Curious to know, what are your favorite growth hacks? Please comment below. I'm recently back on the tube, so please subscribe. Please tell me why you love this. Hopefully not why you hated this. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you've got any other growth hacks or videos that you think I should be covering, please feel free to drop me a note. See you guys soon.